What's made of leather and sounds like a sneeze? A shoe. Alright, sorry, that's a pretty bad one. But anyway, what's going on, Algebros? It's Mr. C here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to find the difference quotient with the function f of x equals x squared plus 3. Alright, as a reminder, the difference quotient is given by f of x plus h minus f of x, all of that on top of h. Alright, let's begin with f of x plus h. What we'll have to do to start things out is plug x plus h into the variable x on the right hand side. And if there was more than just this term involving x, you would have to plug x plus h into all of the other terms as well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and open up a set of brackets to help out just with the organization aspect of this. Inside this brackets, I'm going to write out x squared plus 3, but with x plus h replacing the x. So I'm going to open up a set of parentheses, quantity squared plus 3, and inside that set of parentheses I'm going to have x plus h. And then I'm going to close off the brackets. So to review, what I did was plug x plus h into f of x. Now what we're going to do is write the minus sign to represent the subtraction part, the top and the difference quotient definition, and I'm going to open up another set of brackets, and in this set of brackets I'm going to put the original expression for the function, which is x squared plus 3. So I'm going to say use the original or OG function, or maybe just f of x. Now all of that has to go on top of h. Now it just becomes an exercise in simplification. What I mean by that is we're going to simplify as much as we can what we'd get after plugging x plus h into the function, and then once all that stuff is cleaned up, we'll subtract the two terms from the original function and then see if maybe there's anything we can do with this h that's remaining. Alright, so in the first set of brackets, you're going to FOIL x plus h, so x plus h times itself. That should give you x squared plus 2xh plus h squared, but don't forget there's still that plus 3. And then here's the original function again, minus quantity x squared plus 3 all over h. Then what you want to do next is clear these brackets here via distribution of the minus sign. You can remove the first set of brackets as well. There's nothing to distribute in front of it. So I'm going to write x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 3, and then minus x squared minus 3 all over h. Now I really encourage you to use brackets around the original function's expression. This is where a lot of errors occur. If you don't use brackets or grouping symbols, you're likely to have this as minus x squared plus 3, and then that's going to throw off your final answer. So always at least use brackets around the original function f of x. Now looking at the numerator, it looks like we have a couple of things that are going to cancel out. Namely the x squareds and the 3 and negative 3. They're going to cancel each other out. So what's remaining in the numerator is 2xh plus h squared all over h. And what I'm going to do next is break this single fraction up into two separate fractions, all with each with a common denominator of h. So I'm going to have 2xh over h as one fraction, plus h squared over h as my second fraction. And we're going to get some simplification here as well. Namely, the h's will divide out in the first fraction, and then this denominator of h is going to reduce h squared to just h to the power of 1. So there's going to be an h left over. And I know what you're probably wondering, WTH, Mr. C, why all this chaos? But it is kind of a necessary evil here. We are going to have to simplify as far as possible. And once all the dust settles, we're left with the expression 2x plus h. And this actually represents our final answer. So just keep in mind that this expression is the difference quotient, which is meant to help us calculate the slope of a secant line. Now it's kind of a spoiler alert. If you're moving on to Calc 1, you'll be working with the difference quotient more extensively, and you'll be doing a little bit extra on top of just what we went through in this video. In most cases, you replace h with the number 0, and that helps you to find the slope of what's called a tangent line. Alright, so I'll leave more of those details up to your Calc 1 instructor should you be moving on, and I'll just kind of cut the video off here. Of course, as with all my videos, if you have any questions whatsoever about anything that I went through, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching and enduring through the difference quotient problem. Have a good one.